Hello and welcome to another fun one. Here we have the last stack of packs from the 1991 Pro Set Music Cards in the UK. So we're going to check these out. I believe we have 9 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Over here is our podium. The best cards will go there, or the best card will go there until there is one standing at the end, which will be the winner of the day. And with that, let's open up and see what we've got. We'll talk players. If there's something really special, we'll mention value. But most of the cards are going to have common, little to no value. But depending on the subject and the condition, there might be a few that are worth noting along the way. And we will, but mostly we're just trying to have some fun and see some cards, some a really fun time, and kind of remember a lot of celebrities from then and some still from now. So here we go with Aha. And REM. It's a nice card. Let's put that into a sleeve. What I like to do is, even if there's not a lot of value, I still, if there's a card in really good shape, I try to keep it, just because it's tough to keep cards in good shape. And I'll just do my little part and keeping some looking good. All right, Salt and Pepper. The Eurythmics. Vanilla Ice. There we go. It's a classic. Interesting. There's looks like some card dust on that. So I have to check if that could be wiped off with a microfiber cloth or what. Definitely not going to try to use my finger or my fingernail. That would probably mess up the card if that is just card dust. So Vanilla Ice, you know what? Let's give him the podium as our current leader. And following that up is another Vanilla Ice card. So it's all ice all the time, at least right now, in pack number 1 of the Pro Set Music Cards. All right, there we go. Seal, that's a cool one. Another seal. That is another cool one. So we'll put that away into a protective one. And CNC Music Factory. That's a great group shot. I like that. Roxette. And that brings us to pack number 2. All right. Danny Minogue. We have Elvis Presley. Very cool, in action. The King himself. So I think Elvis may overtake Vanilla Ice. So we will swap him to our podium. And we have Happy Mondays. And next up is Cher. And it's got an autograph space there. And below that, the address of the fan club for her out in Los Angeles, California. So very cool. If you are looking to reach out to a favorite celebrity and collecting these cards, it's possible you can easily have the address to write to the fan club. And then if you ever met them, a signature line to get an autograph. And here is Color Me Bad. And we have U2. Great group photo there. Soul to Soul. Another great group photo there. I like that a lot. Little card dust at the bottom, but let's put this into a sleeve. And yeah, it's really fun to see some of the photography, the lighting design, the colors, the clothing. So I like that. Jason Donovan and Janet Jackson. It's a great classic photo. It looks like a little edge wear. Nina Cherry. And on to the next pack we go. These are kind of tricky to open though. Some packs, they just rip right open. These, you kind of have to be a little more forceful, which I don't like because then you can jam edges and corners and things like that as we go. But we'll try to be as gentle as can be. And CNC Music Factory. Whitney Houston. Amazing, amazing photo. Card looking great as well. So welcome, Whitney, to our group here. Whitney versus Elvis. What do you think? What do you think? I think maybe Whitney bumps out Elvis just in this show. The card is looking really good. So she will now take our podium spot. Welcome, Whitney, to our band of entertainers. And more to come. Looking next at Deacon Blue. And EMF. Karen White. Seal. Extreme. And Kylie Minogue. All right, next up, let me see. See, the trick is there's not a lot to grab here to like pull it without getting too close to the cards where you're putting pressure on them. But usually the packs like this, you could pull it on this side and it kind of breaks it open, but this doesn't. That takes a lot of force and then eventually does. But then usually when I do that with this kind of pack, corner's still there. You got to be careful you don't mess up the corners. And there are a lot of packs that just come right off, but for whatever reason, these packs from this set are a little tricky. Jason Donovan, Iron Maiden. That's cool. Jesus Jones. Another Kylie Minogue. Chesney Hawks. Color Me Bad. U2. Ah, the Bono one. Very cool. Let's put that into a sleeve. The edges look pretty good given all the black around them. So we'll kind of keep that in good shape. And I think Whitney will still keep our number one spot. We have Chris Isaac. And Madonna. All right. Very cool. A popular Madonna image. And we'll keep this one protected as well. And one thing though about this set is that there isn't a super high protective gloss. The paper isn't really, really durable. So you could see, those edges start to get white, literally just from being in the packs. EMF. So condition can become huge too. And even that little bit of wear can turn it into a near worthless card. And that's kind of the luck of the hunt, both getting a card and then one that's in good shape, because a brand new card out of the pack might not even be in great shape, if you even get that card. All right, here we go. We got another Prince. His cards usually look amazing. So we will definitely add him into a sleeve. Very cool. Uh-oh, Prince versus Whitney. I think Prince may have won another one, so we'll keep Whitney up there, but I mean, you're talking about some greats. We got REM, Wet Wet Wet, Huey Lewis, Julian Lennon, EMF, Color Me Bad, Kylie Minogue. Seen a bunch of Kylie so far. Morrissey. Haven't seen as much Morrissey. And Divinals. Card looks pretty good. Let me see. This card dust? Yeah, it's mostly dust. Yep. So let's put this into a sleeve. It's tough to get a black card like that without too many rough edges, so we'll protect it. Again, it's probably not worth much, if anything, really, in terms of, huge single card value, but I think it's cool, and we'll kind of keep it looking good. That brings us to our last few packs. We're cruising through this. Unbelievable. I think I may have kind of figured out a trick. I'll share it on the next one if it works, but it still didn't really work. See this edge corner still hung up on it. So I'm going this way. And we got Bruce Springsteen. All right. There we go, Bruce. You know what? It's been quiet. Let's give Bruce the horn. And we will keep on rolling with that. Love it. And we'll add Bruce to our band here. Imagine if this was like a real band. Take all these cards that we're putting aside, and we'll look at them in the end. Just imagine if that was a show one night with everyone here at the show, back to back. Probably the best show of all time. But we'll see who we could add to it. Certainly Stevie Wonder. He'd be there for sure. So let's do that. All right. And New Kids on the Block. Look at that jacket. I wonder if that jacket's still around somewhere. Somebody has it or bought it, or he still got it. That'll be a cool one to see today. And Madonna. And Queen. It's a cool action shot there. And none other than Hammer himself. Looks like some printing issue down there, but still cool to see a Hammer card, of course, and another Hammer right after the first Hammer. Looks like some card dust there. Double Hammer, and he'll go into a sleeve. That's pretty awesome to see. Back-to-back Hammers in the same pack. Imagine buying that from the store when these came out, and you're like, oh man, I want to get MC Hammer, and you get 2 Hammers, 1 pack. That'll be a good day. All right, so here's what I've been trying to do with these. Pinch really hard here and then pull to the right and kind of crack that open, and then pull this down and then see if I can get better at this bottom part. There we go. So that may be the trick. All right, the Beatles. Here we go. Beautiful card. Obviously, it's the Beatles. So great group. And we will put this away for now and check it out more later, seeing what we've got. I think Whitney will still stay up there for now. I mean, it's the Beatles. They're humongous, but I think Whitney or the Beatles have won a previous one, so we'll give Whitney a chance. And Chesney Hawks, Seal, Public Enemy. That's awesome. Wow, look at that. That's a cool group photo. Let's put that into a holder here. Try to keep it in good shape. Again, may not have much value at all, but it's still pretty cool. David Bowie. Classic David Bowie. And that's in good shape. So let's sleeve that. And again, I like to put them right into sleeves just because the more you're out, maybe you drop them or drop something onto them and then poof. Never again will they be crisp and clean. Level 42. Kylie Minogue. Oh, it's a new Kylie one. We've seen a couple of her cards. Bryan Adams. I think maybe the first one of Bryan Adams. So that's always cool to see. Jesus Jones. And Lenny Kravitz. There we go. We got Lenny. And that rounds out that pack right there. So next up, we are in our final two. Let's see what may lie ahead in here. I'm going to try that system again. We pull real hard to the right, pull down all the way in the middle, and then extra pull so that it goes off. There we go. That is the trick to these packs. It seems repeatable. And we're starting out with In Excess. The Clash. Chesney Hawks. The Stranglers. Jason Donovan. Paula Abdul. CNC Music Factory. Danny Minogue. George Michael. And Jason Donovan. All right, and that brings us to the last pack of the last stack of the box. I wonder if any extra special surprises are hiding in here. Definitely not letting us in easy, so maybe that's a clue. Nope. All right, there we go. We're going to open this up right down the middle and try to do that. Perfect. We're starting out with Aha. Bobby Brown. It's a cool looking card and backdrop. You got the smoke, the drum set. I like that. And in we go. All right, Danny Minogue. Tina Turner. That car looks to be in great shape. Great photo. I like the colors on the top and the bottom. Framing it in. Definitely worth putting aside. And Rod Stewart. Very cool. Classic Rod card. And in pretty good shape. So we'll put him aside as well. And Karen White. Gerardo. And Hammer. There we go. Let's put him aside. I think you can always be happy to see a Hammer photo or a Hammer card. There we go. And Cher. And winding everything down with none other than De La Soul. Awesome. All right, let's check out our group for the day. We have a packed lineup at this concert of ours. We got Whitney Houston. I think that's a great one. We have Vanilla Ice. We have Rod Stewart. Let's tuck him up there. Lenny Kravitz, the Beatles, Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen. I think I'm going to have to overlay them over each other a bit. We've got Prince. We have Madonna, U2 and Bono. We got Elvis, Seal, and Vanilla Ice. So overall, some incredible ones. I think we've seen a few before, but Whitney Houston taking the winner spot today. Lenny Kravitz showing up. Vanilla Ice with some cool ones. We got Prince, Madonna. I mean, it just goes on and on. So overall, really fun to go through. May not be a lot of value in most or any of these, but maybe some of the better conditions, we'll find out. But even beyond any kind of collector value, it's just a lot of fun to open up these, go through them, see these celebrities, and kind of reflect on their impact on music and culture, and even things that they're still doing today. So that's the most important part, as always, the people. So hope you learned something and hope you had fun. There you have it. Until next time.